Hey, it's Mark Ferguson with Invest for More, and welcome to another one of my real estate investing videos. Today I'm going to show you a 250,000 square foot abandoned Hewlett Packard building that I actually had under contract for a few months and didn't work out. Ended up buying a different building, but I did shoot some videos while I was at the property and shot some more just recently, going back to show you what it looks like while it is still abandoned. So before we get into it, make sure you check out investformore.com. More information on my flips, rentals, all that good stuff. Have a ton of information on that commercial property I actually ended up buying, which was a 68,000 square foot strip mall that was not abandoned, still had tenants in it. Actually had a couple vacant spaces. In one of those spaces, I started my own real estate brokerage, Blue State Real Estate. We just had our grand opening last Friday, so that was really cool. But this building was very interesting. Like I said, old Hewlett Packard building that was built in the late 70s. Hewlett Packard moved out around the year 2001 to 2003. Kind of hard to see exactly when that was. And the property's been vacant since then. It was sold to some investors who were going to fix it up. They paid a lot of money for it, kind of right before the housing crash. They ended up selling it, lost a lot of money on it. Sold to some other investors who ended up breaking up the land. It came with 60 some acres, water, mineral rights, all kinds of stuff. Actually, I think it's more than 60 acres. And they split up a bunch of the land, made their money just selling off the land in lots. And they left this building just sitting in the middle of all the new development. So this is in Greeley, Colorado, on the west side of Greeley. And I'd seen the building many times growing up. Last few years, everybody knows what building it is. It's sitting there with broken windows everywhere, like a sore thumb, right in the middle of development. And had a broker, a commercial broker who I'd been working with, tell me it might be for sale. So I ended up making an offer on it, getting it under contract, went through inspections, had 2 bids from commercial contractors look at it, had architectural drawings done up. And in the end, I didn't end up buying it just because there was so much work and some access issues that were created by a school that's being built right next to it. So you'll see all of that. We'll talk about all of that as well. And yeah, we'll show you the building right now. This is from about a year and a half ago when I had the property under contract and was giving a tour for you guys to potentially see at some point. Okay, so here's the west side of the commercial property I have under contract. Just got it under contract last week, so the fun starts now. This is an old Hewlett Packard building. That building right there was part of it before. A charter school has bought that and is remodeling it, also adding on to it over here. There used to be kind of a walkway connected between the 2 buildings. They have disconnected that, as you can see. Haven't been to this property in a couple months, so interested to see what it looks like. As you can see, it's huge from this side, about 250,000 square feet total. It's been vacant for 13 years or so. Like I said, old Hewlett Packard building. They did not have good security on it, the people who bought it. Lots of windows are broken, lots of plumbing gone, lots of electrical gone. But we'll go inside, take a look. As you can see here, lots of construction materials for the school. The lot line is tricky, but the school line runs really close to this building. Probably right about where that breezeway is cut off. It comes along the line here, and then probably right around where these metal posts are, it runs straight to the north. And then I have 22 acres with this building, which go quite a ways to the north as well. And I'll kind of show you some of the other ways it goes. It's a Sunday. I told them I'd be here, but hopefully security doesn't give me any problems. You can see the addition has started over there. I won't go too far into that property since it's not mine. But yeah, we'll take a look inside here in just a second. All right, I'm on the south side now. So you can see the building's really beat up over here. This used to be a really sweet courtyard back when Hewlett Packard was operating. Even had a basketball court, a bunch of trees. They've torn all that out. You can see they're working on the school over there. I pretty much gutted it. That used to be a really cool cafeteria with super cool ceilings. Looks like they're gonna make it into classrooms. Wall it all off now. You can see kind of the guts of the building right there. The guts of this building right here have all been disconnected. They told me where the lockbox was. Have no idea where that's at, but the door's wide open. So we'll walk in and see what we can find. I'm here by myself, so hopefully this isn't the last video I ever take. This was kind of a gym, workout room there. Lots of little rooms in between there. I don't have time to go through everything, but show you as much as I can. These are all offices when Hewlett Packard was in operation. Still have a bunch of old files and stuff from them. Holes in the walls, of course, people destroyed the place. Should have probably brought a flashlight with me, but I didn't think about that. Here's the main chunk of the building. As you can see, it's massive. So there's elevators right over here, stairway right over there. The same thing all the way on the other side, elevator, stairway. Stairways on that side, and on this side over here as well. 16-foot ceilings. No electricity in this building, it's all been cut out. Vandals stole most of the copper wires. Stairs are over there, which I'll make sure I have my phone light on when I go up those. Oops, stepping on something. So my plan is to split this main floor up into 5,000 to 10,000 square foot spaces with walls, possibly put a drive-through right here so people can drive in and go back across that way as well with another drive-through. Then we can put tall doors on the inside for their units. Then put human, walkway doors on the outside. Pave the entire exterior so you can have, 5,000, 10,000 square foot of space for storage, whatever you want, plus a possible retail side if you want to sell things commercial. We have a giant door on the inside to pull vehicles in, unload, and it should be pretty awesome. Of course, this is the wee beginning stages. There's a lot of work to do. It's April 2017 right now. I've got a few months to get money together and get inspections together. And then if all that goes well, we'll see how long it takes to get this sucker started and for it to come to fruition. We will walk right back here. Oh, I don't know if you guys can see anything back here with all the lights out. I'll try. It's always a little spooky in here because the windows are broken and there could be people in here. Can't really see anything. I won't walk back there just yet without my flashlight. Okay, good thing I didn't walk back there because that was a empty stairway. Not the right spot. There's the elevators you can see. I'm sure they'll need a ton of work to get them moving. There's the stairwell. We're gonna walk back this way. Hopefully I don't run into anything. Giant trash can there. Show you the crazy mechanical room back here. If you're wondering why I don't have a flashlight or any supplies, I actually ran over here from my house, which is a few miles away, for my exercise and to check out the building at the same time. So would have been smart to bring a flashlight, but not ideal when running. All right, so here are the massive mechanicals for this building, the massive heaters, water pipes. Really, I have no idea how any of this works, and my plan is to bypass all of this and put in individual heaters for each of the units because I have no idea how it works. Like I said, I don't know how many people have any idea how it works. It's been sitting here for 13 years doing nothing, so I'm guessing it doesn't work very well. If it does work, it would be super expensive to fix it up. Right over here in these rooms, again, it's super dark. I don't think you can see anything in here, but are the giant air conditioners. Yeah, you can't really see much, but huge coolers in there. I could clear all this out, sell it if it's worth anything, scrap it, and make this another rentable unit for the property too. But that would probably be, later on throughout the life of the project after I get some of the main things going. I'd love to get some of the middle parts divided, some of the paving done, get some tenants in here as soon as possible to start paying rent. Okay. We will walk all the way across the building. give you an idea of how gigantic it is. I think the span between those beams from north to south is that 25 feet or 30 feet, and the span this way from east to west is 40 feet, something like that. So this really is a huge property. We'll go up to the second floor in just a little bit. We'll show you that. There's a fire system in it. Still had liquid in it. There's a possibility the fire system still works. I would really hope so, because that'd be expensive. As you can see over there, they have these giant kind of heaters that hang down. That's what I want in all the spaces. I figured that'd be way more cost effective than getting the big giant boilers working for the entire property. Plus, with the individual heaters, you can meter them all separately for each unit, so they all know what they're paying. It's not a weird split cost thing where you're guessing how much each tenant is using. The driveway through the middle, so let me show you this. The main road would come in right about through there, just to the right of that wall coming out, and go all the way across to the other side. Now, I have no idea if that's possible, if code will allow it. That's what I'm going to try. If I can't do it, then I'll just have the outside doors, but we'll see what will happen. All right, so we made it all the way to the other side. The reason I want the main road to come in that way is because we have the 16-foot ceilings there. Right here is a mezzanine, which is like a level in between the two levels with all kinds of mechanicals too. And so we'll have only like a 10-foot ceiling right here to drive through, which doesn't make sense. So I want the 16-foot drive all the way across. Back here, we'll check out the loading dock before I show you the second floor. So here's the giant loading dock. Another big space that could be rented out. Maybe we leave one loading dock, for people to use. But yeah, pretty crazy building. All right, I'll see you on the second floor. All right, on the second floor now. Like I said, there's no lights on the stairwell, so I need my flashlight from my phone to see. And here we go. Opens up to huge, gigantic space up here too. These are 12-foot tall ceilings. Just keeps going and going and going. So you can see vandals have really done a number on this place. The roof leaks quite a bit. Lots of expenses here. Why it's such a huge project. In here, this is kind of cool. I want to show you this. It's an old Hewlett Packard testing lab. So they had all the thick glass there, and then from what I've heard, they test, super cold temperatures, super hot, different things in there. You can see all the foam in these giant chambers. So kind of crazy. Another testing chamber there. Of course, all this will probably be gone. Don't need any of that for my uses. My plans for this second story, this would come later in the project. For right now, it would be kind of probably the thoughts are 1 or 2 big users for the entire space, like a call center, something like that. And again, we put the heaters up here. Have them have their own individual heaters, own meter. Maybe we do a dividing wall, right between the middle. If we can get 2 users. I mean, this is about 110,000 square feet, I think, on this second floor. And from what I've heard, there's tons of people looking for space. 4 call centers right now in this area. Tons of people looking for the flex space I want to build in the lower level too. There's just none available in this area. All right. Oh, there's a bird flying through. Rather big bird too. Yeah, so there are definitely birds in here. As you can see, the windows have been broken. They're double pane, so there's still the outside, but a lot of these have both panes broken, people throwing rocks through, people coming inside, throwing rocks from the inside. The people who bought this property had 155 acres to start with, split off a bunch of it, sold off the lots, Ended up with the McDonald's, car wash, Banner Health, all going in over there, the charter school. So they made a ton of money. Over here is supposed to be residential subdivision. Over there, residential subdivision. Over there on the corner, you say, hi mom, multifamily. And then the lot line for this property will go out into that field, about 500 feet, I'd say. So quite a bit of land will go that way with the property where we could put parking lots or who knows what. As you can see, it has awesome views pretty much everywhere. We're kind of sitting on top of a hill a little bit. West Greeley. That's the old mechanical building down there. That does not come with it. The lot line kind of shaves off that part of it. There's a loading dock I was just in. You can see more damage here. But really cool office space. You can hear all the wind coming through. Yesterday we got 4 inches of snow. We're building snowman. Now you can see the snow is completely melted. It's almost 60 degrees, but blowing pretty good. Oh, there goes that bird again. He's gonna have a hard time getting out of here. I saw some dead birds in here last time I was here. And the roof, oh yes, the roof, as you can see. First, this was all boarded up before. This was not open. So I wonder if, no, that's still boarded up down there. But here you can see the other stairwell. There's another one just like it, all the way on that side. But the roof, it's got a crazy metal membrane roof that obviously has been leaking quite a bit. Ooh, there you can see that. Goes all the way through. The plywood blew down, was taken down, one of the two. So I wanted to come here today because we just got that snow. Everything's melting like crazy. I want to see if there were active leaks. I heard one back there a little bit. Can't tell if that's white or not. More completely broken window. I don't see too many active leaks. I mean, obviously it's been leaking before, but it's not like it's just pouring in here. The carpet's not that wet. Here's another cool side of the building. This is the west side. If I ever to move my office in here, which has been kind of on the back of my mind, I believe this would be my office. Here, I'll show you. There's a view of the mountains right there. Boomerang Golf Course right across the street right there. There would be, they're moving all that oil stuff. That's all gonna be moved. The school is gonna put their football field right over here. Over there you can see a Bank of Colorado, which was just built. McDonald's we can't quite see. Gonna put storage units. All this is being developed. That's one reason why I want this building, because so much is going on around it. Definitely in the path of progress. And speaking of water, oh, there we go. There's an active leak that is dripping right now. So you can see mold damage there. So the roof definitely, I don't know if you can kind of see part of the roof up there, needs some work. And we actually have a bid in place to get an idea of what that's going to cost. Rumor before was it was about $400,000. So we will see what that actually ends up being. But that would be a huge cost. Obviously, it's going to be a massive project. My initial estimate was about $2 million to get everything fixed up. But, you know, that's just, there's so much going on. That would not be, you know, that would just be to put up walls, have tenants finish out their own space. Since it's commercial, you don't have to do everything for them, which is nice. But putting in heaters, at least roughing in plumbing, fixing the electrical, all of that you'd have to do, put in the walls, and paving would be a good chunk of it, because you got to pave all the way around the building. And it's huge. All right, so now we're all the way back on the other side, as you can see. All right, so we'll end this video now, do a few more on the rest of the outside of the building. Actually, hold on. Never mind, we'll go look at the school real fast over here before I run out of battery and storage of my phone. So here you go, here's the school where I was down there. You can see it from this view. The school is built much newer than this building. I think it was built in 92. This one's built in like 82. The McDonald's is just behind that school. The main drive the school's going to put in is going to go right east of that building, right up to here, which would be perfect for my driveway coming right into this building. All right, now I'm ending this video. All right, gonna show you one more video from the second floor. Kind of cool. I'm on the very east side now. I can see the old basketball court right there. They had a bunch of benches and stuff and walkways. A really cool courtyard before it got destroyed from neglect and then the school. Here's the old parking lot for HP, one of the old parking lots. The school's actually going to rent that chunk of land back from this property for 3 years to put their sports field on until those oil wells are moved that I talked about before. So you get a whopping $100 a year for 3 years for them to use 3 acres. Great deal. But I mean, that parking lot isn't horrible, but it definitely needs some work. So you're going to have to do a lot of paving work around the whole place. That's going to be a lot of the costs. And then I'll just show you the views from this corner over here. Pretty cool. All the way around. And then there are active leaks over here, and I've walked past a couple other ones. So definitely some leaking going on the roof, some damage. You know, it's all, you can see it dripping right here. Yeah, metal. I mean, some of this drywall obviously is damaged, but that's not a huge deal. I just don't know what it takes to fix a roof like that or why it's leaking, but hopefully it'd be nice if it didn't cost $400,000. That's quite a big chunk of change, but we'll see. All right, so I'm gonna head back down the dark stairway and show you another part of the outside. Okay, this is cool. I have not seen this before. I just happened to see this door was open, and look, access to the roof. So I'm gonna climb up here real fast without my phone on. And I'm on the roof. So as long as that doesn't close on me, I think I'm good. But you can kind of see it's got like this gravel and then a membrane underneath it. You can kind of see why it's so expensive to fix it. I can see it kind of raises up in the middle and then slopes down to the edges. And all along the edges are where it's leaking. And hopefully it's safe to walk on. That's something else I didn't think about. But here, right here, you can see that's right in the office I just was at. Look at all that water pooling right there. So it's all just pooling there, seeping through the roof. And I imagine those are drains it's supposed to go into, but they're totally clogged right now. So now, being the optimist I am, of course, it's just an easy fix. Unclog it, the roof is fixed. I really doubt that's gonna happen, but yeah, you can kind of see throughout. It's got these drains. All the water runs into the low spots, drains out right there. So, I don't know. I imagine maybe you can do a cheap fix in the short run and fix the drains, those sides of it, because that's where all the leaking was on the edges, but maybe not. We'll run over here real fast. Again, you can see the awesome views up here. Oh, there's McDonald's. I keep telling you there's McDonald's there. Yeah, same thing over there. Just drains. And it's not probably sloped correctly or moving correctly, who knows. But it's alright, I'm gonna head back down. So now I'm on the east side of the building. I'm looking east. I would get some of this property here, probably to about where those light posts are. And then that'd be residential real estate down there. This would all be mine. I'm guessing this is a retention pond. And I would get a bunch of that field too. They'd go well north, and then here you can see the back of the building, the loading dock area, all the trees growing in the parking lots. Like I said, it's been 13 years since anybody's used this building. Part of the reasons why it's such a good deal, at least I think it was an awesome deal, is because whoever owned it was always trying to rent this place to one giant user, one person who wanted to use 250,000 square feet. And 3 or 4 times they almost got someone to do it. A hospital, a college, the Library of Congress was interested, but in the end, they all thought it was too much work to get it fixed up. Wasn't the right location, you know, all those reasons. Here's the other parking lot, which I don't know. I don't know much about parking lots, so it doesn't look horrible. Probably easier than starting over. But that's why there's so much opportunity for this building, because if you can split it up into smaller spaces, there's huge demand for that. And then you don't have one tenant you're depending on, you know, waiting a year to sign a lease. Or, you know, if they ever move out or go bankrupt, you gotta wait 3 years to rent the property again. You've got all these smaller users, who is much less risky, in my opinion, much better investment. All right, so that's that side of the building. All right, I forgot to mention this part before. I'm on the first floor. This is the northwest corner. If you remember, I was just up there in those top offices, and says that's where my office would be if I ever had a place in here. Well, I would have the second floor and first floor, ideally, in my dream. And my space would start, oh, let's say, right from this pillar, right here, all the way back to that end wall. So I'd have offices over there. This would be kind of a lobby, open area. It would go all the way back, you know, 3 or 4 pillars to where the drive would be. And then I could store all my cars in here at work with me. It would be awesome. I could drive to work and drive home in a different car every day. And then we'd have stairs going up to the second floor in, you know, awesome, amazing land. We'd have like a loft up there with a space overlooking, you know, the car showroom. But that's a long ways away. I don't even know if that's possible with the structure in this building. It probably is not. But could have offices there, offices upstairs, super awesome, cool workspace. That's if I start my own office, my own real estate brokerage, this is the spot I would have. Obviously, not in the best shape right now, but you know, we can all dream. All right, one last video while I'm here. This is kind of the south side. You can see the old benches from Hewlett Packard, the old sidewalk, which is actually in pretty decent shape. They had all these cool little paths running around. Lots of dead, overgrown trees. All these cool little eating areas and sitting areas with trees falling on them. But it was really a cool area, and what I've heard from people who worked here, who were around when this place was going, was it was just so nice. It was just incredibly nice courtyard. The building was so well maintained. Everything was taken care of extremely well. And then when they sold it, the new owners took care of it for a couple of years. Then they sold it, lost a bunch of money, and the people who bought it from them just basically did nothing. Oh, I can see spots where people are breaking in again to the building. The windows are broken, the plywood's off, and they're doing nothing to stop them. So I'm going to talk with them about that now, since I have it under contract, and I don't like to see it getting even more damaged, but we'll see if anything happens. And there's another view of the new school right there too. All right, so that's what the building looked like when I was trying to buy it. Was in really bad shape. It's not any better shape now. Like I said, things didn't work out. Ended up buying a different building, which I'm really glad I did. I mean, it would have been so much work to get partners together to buy that, to fix it up, to get tenants, to get roads paved, to get access. Just, it would have been a nightmare, and I would still be working on it, probably trying to get through the red tape with the city. So really glad I bought a building that was much easier to maintain. Again, I'll have a link to that property. You've got videos on it, articles on it. That's a strip mall with a grocery store, restaurant, coffee shop, other office space in 5 acres, so much more manageable. We got a great deal on that property. Bought that with one partner, and that's nice too. I have to take in, you know, a bunch of different partners. Just one person to me could do that, so that's really cool. So I did go back to the property, and this is what it looks like now after they finished the school, which actually got done on time. I couldn't believe it. They got done on time and opened when they're supposed to. And there's other development going on as well. So take a look. Hey, it's Mark, and we're back outside the big Hewlett Packard building. It's been a year and a half now. Obviously, I did not buy it, or you would have heard of it. But ended up buying another commercial property. Talk about that more. But just show you an update on this one. Actually, have a friend who's a policeman. Oh look, dead inside. Great timing. And said that a lot of the police were afraid to go in this building because people might be living in it, all kinds of weird things. But just coming back, still not secure, wide open. Of course, I came at dusk, a great time to come out here. There you go, doors wide open. I did tell the owners it wasn't secure, and they came back and locked up some doors, but not everything. It's been open for a year and a half. Whoops, that's me. And the school, I guess, is storing extra supplies here. And that's the school right there. 30 feet away from this building. Still broken glass and stuff everywhere. What is separating the school from the building is this little fence, or nothing right here. So it's kind of crazy. And it's ironic, I guess, that the principal actually stepped down from the school a few weeks ago for something completely unrelated. But after seeing this, I'm like, man, can't believe they let kids so close to this place without some kind of fence, some kind of protection. I mean, this is what, probably the pickup zone for the school, and it's K through 8, I believe. So little kids here, just crazy. One reason why I did not buy this property, talked about my estimate of $2 million or something to fix it up. I was way off. At least according to the contractors I talked to, it's more around 5 or 6 million. Again, they really pad their numbers though, just because there's so many unknowns. I'm sure we could do it for less, but that's a big factor. And the other factor was, I talked a little bit about it. This area right here, they had the lease on. So basically, your only access into this property is this road right here. And the lease basically came to within 20 feet of the building. So you'd have this little tiny road with all these trees for access to the building. That's your only access for the whole place. So it's just crazy that that's how they set it up, and that the city let them do it. So it really put a damper on all my plans. Just pretty frustrating. But I'll show you another bird's eye view a little farther out. Okay, so I'm standing a little farther away now. You can see the school that they completed, finished right there. There's the building back there. And then they've been building all around it. So these are gonna be storage units. You can see part of them are done. Then that's an assisted living center right there. And I think there's a few more things planned over here. You can still see the old parking lot over there from the old HP building still. So remnants of that. And then one thing I didn't mention, they had that 3-year lease for the sports field over there, and they haven't built it. They haven't done anything, and they haven't started their sports field over here yet. So I don't even know why they did it if they're not going to build one, but we'll see what happens. So there's the building. Bye-bye Hewlett Packard building. Maybe someone will buy you and make something of you, or tear you down eventually. We'll see. All right, there you go. That's what it looks like now. Building all over, developing a lot of that land. There's a subdivision going in to the north of the building, which you have probably no idea what direction north is, but it would be the opposite side of where I first started that video, where the school is. And there's going to be stuff built up all around it, and that's probably still just going to sit there. Who knows what they're going to do with it. The more things they build around it, the more they infringe on its access, the more things get closer to it. I think the less likely it is that someone will keep that building and do something with it, because it just decreases the use you have. It decreases the parking, where the roads can go, the land, all of that. And it's just getting harder and harder to do something with it, even though I think there's so much potential. It's so big, it's so huge. I mean, to build that building from scratch would be $20 million. Maybe you can get it for a tenth of that price. Now, we've got to fix a few things in it, like the electrical and plumbing and heating, all that. But it's still a really good deal, I think, for the right person. If I had, $10 million burning a hole in my pocket I had nothing to do with, I still might take that project on. Now that I see that the school might not be using that land they leased for a field, it makes it a little more interesting. But again, that's such a huge project. That's something that would just consume your life for years on one project to make it work right. So I've got too many other things going on with the new brokerage, my flips, my rentals, the blog. So it was a fun project, a fun idea while I was getting into it. I'm glad I did it. It made for an interesting story, but I'm also glad I didn't do it. I ended up buying it. So thanks for watching. Hope you guys appreciate it. Please give me a thumbs up if you liked it. Leave any comments or questions below. I'll answer them as well as I can. And please subscribe if you want to see more of our videos. We'll have a lot more flip videos coming up as I get some more properties ready to sell, hopefully buy some more, and I have a new rental property under contract. So look out for that coming in the next few weeks as well. Thanks for watching. Everybody have a great day.